What is going on? I'm ZMOT. We have not done a base build in a long while. Let's pick up all that stuff. I just got into shock launchers, pretty stoked because I gotta tell you, my mediocre base has been, well, mediocre, I suppose. Anyways, we are going to throw down with a base. Now, this base comes to us by way of Orion. Now, Orion very rarely, and when I say rarely, I mean never builds his own bases. So if you built this base, kudos to you. But instead, for now, we're going to give the kudos to Orion because we know where I got it from, where he got it from. Don't really have any clue whatsoever. So we are just going to throw these puppies in the approximate position. Everything looks pretty all right there. I think we've got all the engine rooms. That is all 6 of them in the right location. Let's get going, build out the rest of the base. Shouldn't take all that terribly long, but I am going to ramble and jumbo and mumble through all of it because you guys have said you like that, and I didn't go all the way through on the previous with the short and the couple different type of videos, so we're gonna get going. We're going to try to fly through this as fast as we can. Now, the only thing that's going to take the most amount of time, I have to guess, is going to be the shock mines, because shock mines are always hidden so well. So you might see some pauses in here. I'm going to try my best to hide them, but if you see them, you see them, and we'll do our best to build this base as fast as we possibly can. Now, 6 engine room bases are just getting so dirty. I would say I am probably ahead of, say, 80% of you, but I am still behind a huge percentage of the people. I still have not got into diamond, have been wallowing away in gold, which means that I'm missing out on a whole bunch of very important keys and chests and all those kind of things. So anyways, we need to get this base built. I need to spend a little bit of time, get it into diamond. Not going to be doing that tonight. Busy tonight, but maybe tomorrow, hopefully. I will be posting this video on Friday morning. It is now Thursday afternoon, just to make things a little bit complicated time-wise when I'm talking about tonight versus tomorrow. You don't care. Let's build this base. Come on. Mortars about there-ish. Sniper tower going in next to it. Sniper tower appears to be in the wrong spot. Those lines on shore being super duper useful. Mortar going next to it. That's a big gap between those two. Okay, boom cannon coming against this back wall right about there. Cannon off of the engine room. There are a lot of single shot things around the engine rooms at the back here. Also, that split attack that I showed you yesterday, where you go up that right hand side, mortars are going to be stopping that. I'm assuming that's why those things are there. It also seems like Mr. Orion might have a couple extra buildings on me. Maybe not, as someone behind my house is just absolutely going ham on a hammer. Anyways, there we go. There are all of the defenses. Now, to try to find all of the mines, what are the chances we can place them all without having to go to Orion's base? So far, we are doing pretty darn well. We've got 3 in that neighborhood. We've got 4 going this way. 1, nope, go this way. 2, 3, 4. By the way, the base builder, when placing mines, I gotta say, is pretty smart. It figures out pretty quickly which direction you're trying to put them. 1, nope, 2, 3, 4, there we go. Getting some mines placed bit by stinking little bit. It even knew I wanted to go backwards. Well done, base builder. I think we've got 8 more mines to go, so that is not awful, but I'm starting to feel like we're probably not going to find all those mines at first glance. So, this one right about here. Let me know, by the way, what you're thinking about this season of Warships, if you're liking it, if you're hating it. There was a lot of parody. And I gotta say, parody is sometimes good, sometimes not super awesome. I see a boom mine just peeking its little tiny head out right about there. It's funny how if you change your perspective, you can see some things, you can't see others. I feel like that is in the wrong spot. That is definitely in the wrong spot. We're gonna go over to there, and this is gonna go over to there, and that is gonna go to there. That's why it's hidden a little tiny bit better. Okay, running out of steam here. There's a lot of talking, not a lot of gameplay. So very, very curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. I know I've played a couple of you. I've beaten a couple of you. I've lost to more of you. I'm having a rough go on my part on that side of things. I've recognized a lot of names. I've given a lot of stars to a lot of people. So I guess you're welcome. That's about all that I can think of to say there. Okay, boom mines starting to make some shape. I can see a couple mines poking out behind that engine room. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. That does not seem quite right. I feel like I've made a mockery of it, made a mess of Orion's mines, but we're awfully close. That's the basic principle of it. There are a couple more mines to be found and hidden that are somewhere about there-ish. Right about there, trying to be hidden by the boom cannon, and then somewhere in this neighborhood, trying to be in line with that. And there we go, starting to make some progress. So gonna do our best to have a quick peek down here. Looking, it's always super duper hard to spot all the mines unless you're really familiar with the base, and I am definitely not familiar with this base. Starting to see a couple things poking out here, there, and everywhere, though. Let's move you over to there. I guess you're actually getting a sneak peek into where Orion's mines are. I think there's one right behind. I feel like there's one right there as well. Can just see the tip of it. Let's just jump over to Orion's base. If you leave your map up, it'll jump right over to there. So there's a shock mine behind there, shock mine behind there, boom mine behind there. I think we've got the most of it, though. I think, let's just see if there's any other weird green mines hidden away. Oh, there we go. There's 6 mines wrapped around that engine room. Okay, interesting. Oops. Apparently I screwed that up. So you need to go over to there. I think I placed another mine somewhere else. Not entirely sure where the heck I put it. We're going to go something like that. Already making changes to Mr. Orion's base. Boom mine there. Shock mine about there. Still 2 shock mines to place. And I am zoomed all the way out looking at this. And I cannot, for the life of me, find them. So, I'm going to assume there's got to be one behind that sniper tower, jumping back and forth. Orion, thank you for leaving your base up. This is where, if you could save your base layout, you would never be able to copy people's bases, because they would just hide their bases when they're not playing. So that is one of the advantages of not actually having the ability to copy bases. Whether or not it's a good thing, I don't necessarily have to weigh in on that. I mean, it'd be good in many ways. It's hard to tell without actually having it in game. Boom mine there. Yep, makes sense. Anything hidden back there? Boom mine there. Where? Oh, where's a boom mine? Ah, that explains it. Okay, so that explains why I've got this base slightly off. I've got a boom mine where I should have a shock mine, and a shock mine where I'm supposed to have a... You get the idea. We're going to go something... I'm just going to start throwing things out here. Running out of patience very quickly. Shock mine, sure, let's just go. You go there. Shock mine going about... Come on, right about there. Sure, done. Let's get attacking, see how this base is going to stand up, and hope for the best, because I have been up and down, in and out of 20, and it's been a long time since I've been in and out of 20, but we're going to try and push our way into Diamond. Let's go. 7 engine rooms. Thank you. If you have not heard the memo yet, do not go to 7 engine rooms. You will regret it. You will not be in a happy place, and you will be very sad. So do not go 7 engine rooms. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to throw critters there. And then we are going to send Mr. Bullit up to there, trying our darndest to go as fast as we possibly can. Spoiler alert, against 7 engine room bases, you can go very fast, because 7 engine room bases have nothing. They have literally nothing to stop you, so you should always, always, always beat 7 engine room bases. Do not go 7 engine rooms. I highly, 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 highly recommend against it. We are just going to throw all of our GBE towards that back, back engine room there and just try our darndest to get this puppy down as soon as we possibly can. Now this time, by the way, is an awful time for a 7 engine room base. You should generally be around 320, 325 even. So I got very lucky on a very, very bad attack. I didn't pay attention to the right hand side. Don't go to 7 engine rooms. The deck is wide open. There is nothing to protect you. You don't have shock mines or shock launchers, and it's just an absolute mess. So don't go 7. I almost lost to a 7. Whew, that was a little bit lucky on my part. Total screw up. I've only ever faced one other 7, and I beat them at 3 minutes 23, I do believe. And that was like 3 days ago. So I'm assuming that person has some shock mines or something by this point. Yes, there's that building health towards the end of the tree, but let's be honest, if you don't have anything to stop troops, building health's not going to do a lot of good for you. Everyone at this point has that building health there. We're going to try that split attack we were talking about yesterday. I'm going to go something like this. And just need to do a quick check for some shock mines. I knew there'd be a shock mine there. Okay, so shock mines away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to throw that there. We're going to throw bullet there, and then blah like that. One quick shock into there, and then bullet's going to flare all the way back into there. Getting all of the engine rooms now. We're going to try our darndest to save some of our Seekers that are bound to go off to that left-hand side. Nope, they're all going right. That is perfect. That is darn near perfect. So flare almost expired. One more set of critters. I used way too many critters, by the way. So just trying our darndest to get all of our Seekers onto all of the engine rooms as our Bombardiers chuck onto that other engine room. And then finally, last but not least, throwing all of the barrages to try to get that final puppy down. 311, decent. Not happy with any of my attacks this season, it seems like. Just, I feel like every single attack I'm just missing something. Jedi Mind Tricks. Fancy name with the Haxor Elite speak. You know what? It's Friday, and we pulled out the win. We built the base. I got 2 wins under my belt. I'm going to try to push for diamond, but I think I'm going to leave the video right there because what's better than a base build quickly covering all of the details now? I'm going to have to watch both those replays. You see that? Loss, 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 loss. Shock mines, win, win. Just, I feel like this season is so streaky. It's all about those push points. Shock launchers definitely are one of those push points. I shall talk to you soon, though. Do not forget, go throw code ZMOT into every single Supercell game, and not to mention Boom Beach Frontlines. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I've got a cough coming. Gotta go. I'm ZMOT. Peace.